I'm going to go to London for 3 days for the Global Excel Summit. A meeting of people in person that love Microsoft Excel. Are you going to be okay? You going to be okay if I go? All right? So I will be back. Look after the place. I love you very much. Bye-bye. I really do enjoy recording those little skits with Pippa, my beautiful little dog, and I hope you do too. There's obviously top quality acting skills on the show there from both of us. Hello again and welcome to a very special episode of Excel on the Road. This one comes from my time in London as I attended the Global Excel Summit, and I was lucky enough to interview, I would say, almost every MVP, every speaker that was there over the 2 days I was in London, including, and I won't name names, some people who are literally my Excel heroes. The challenge I've got is that I have something like 3 hours of brilliant interview footage, which I'm not even going to try and cram into one episode here. So what you're getting is a quickish highlight reel of my time in London, and I'm actually going to release separate videos over the coming weeks and months with the full interviews of almost everyone I spoke to. I really hope you enjoy this special episode of Excel on the Road at the Global Excel Summit. Here we are, everyone. I am here at the Global Excel Summit venue. Have a look at this, everybody. Let me go back, show you the full screen. Can't get it all in camera. There we go. Everybody is setting up at the moment. I think people are going to start coming in about 20 minutes, half an hour. So say hi later. So it's all going to kick off very, very soon. It's really exciting. There's an incredible lineup of speakers. I can't wait to personally start to say hello and meet some of the people that I've been talking to for years now through this amazing Excel community. So hold fire. Let's get stuck into the Global Excel Summit. Really nice to see you. We're here at the start of the Global Excel Summit. Firstly, where have you travelled from and what are you most looking forward to over the next 2 days?
Yeah, so I'm coming from Germany. I'm French, but living in Germany. Yeah. So traveled yesterday, already got the chance to meet a lot of creators yesterday. Nice. And I'm actually just here for today, and on Thursday I will speak at the virtual event. And the main focus is, I saw today a lot of combination of AI and Excel together. And with my community, I want to show them how to use Excel and AI together. So I'm looking for learning even more stuff that I can give back to my community.
Chandoo, thank you so much for stopping over for a quick chat.
It's my pleasure.
There's two things I wanted to say to you first of all. So number one, I've never heard so many other MVPs talk and say like the person who they first got into Excel from is you. I think you've got a real unique claim to fame there. You were like the first mover.
I think I am the. I don't want to take all the credit. It's just that the other MVPs that they got inspired from, they're all not here. So I'm just getting that. Imagine if Bill is here or John Peltier is here or somebody else, if one of those legends are here, then they would say that to them. I would say that to them because those are the ones that I learned from. But it's just, I guess it was good timing.
I think it's very modest. Yeah, but obviously you've been doing this for a long time. There's another claim to fame I want to throw out there. You are definitely the first person to put Layla Garani's face 1,000 times in little bubbles on a cinema screen. That was a great moment. That was off the cuff as well, wasn't it?
It is a great moment. I don't think you can script that, and it just happened. So crazy, right? I mean, yeah, it was a good question from somebody, and I think I knew that, okay, this is something that I have to take now.
It was superb. So the dream team duo from today, you just cause mayhem everywhere you go.
I don't know, man. It's not, see, he puts this on me. I'm like the anchor that keeps everything sober. And then there's Victor Momoh. I got to pull him in. That's how that works.
There's no way that's true.
No, I think everybody knows, Once you have us, there's just always a lot of good trouble, So,
good trouble.
And I'm just someone who helps to just fan his passion for trouble. So.
Ian Schnorr, founder of the FMI. It's a pleasure to see you. This is, we spent a little bit of time together over the last 24 hours, which has been amazing after, 2-3 years of Zoom calls and whatever else?
Something like that, yes. And now I feel like I'm commentating on a football match with you here.
It's good. It adds a bit of something, doesn't it?
Tremendous.
The topic of the whole summit has been AI, and I know you've got very strong views on this. I know, to be honest, everybody that you kind of hear talking has got very strong views. Where's your head at with AI and the future of probably financial modeling in particular, rather than broader Excel?
Yes. So do we have a couple hours? Gosh, I mean, it's funny. We're talking about AI, and we're talking about the fact that computers will replace us. And where are we? We're all here together as people in a conference and not meeting on Zoom, because there is something about being as people together and fulfilling that desire. And, kind of using that analogy by the same token, I'll just come right out and say it. I don't think AI is going to change. As we've heard in talks today, I believe that AI is going to transform the way we work. I don't think it's going to replace data analysts. I think it may require more data analysts, to be perfectly honest, because there is more and more data out there, and there are more specialized skills that people need to harness the power of AI. And so I actually think it's a tremendous opportunity for young professionals these days to really get skilled up in a lot of these areas. But my message would be, fear not, worry not. There will probably be more jobs as a result of this than less.
Digital nomad lifestyle. I've got to talk to you about being a digital nomad. So your life in the last, 18 months you have shifted it geographically, and I think in many other ways as well. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So in 2022, I decided to become a digital nomad. And I remember you were maybe one of the first people I told, because you were also...
I call myself a semi-digital nomad.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, the digital nomads don't even say I'm a real digital nomad, because I have like a headquarters in Lisbon. But I really just decided that, having spent all this time in New York City during the pandemic, that I wanted to go out and see more of the world. And I saw one of my friends was on Instagram posting about Lisbon, and I thought, boy, that looks really nice. Not quite New York, a little slower, a little sunnier, and I thought, maybe this is the next step in my career, the next step in my life. And so I decided to make the jump and move to Lisbon.
Chandoo, thank you so much for stopping by. You delivered an awesome session earlier. It's been jam-packed with the kind of big names and faces of Excel, which you are definitely one of. What's the journey been like for you over the last couple of years? Because I think you kind of rose to prominence through LinkedIn predominantly, is that right?
I'd argue that it was YouTube, but if you got to me through LinkedIn, that's nice, because I know that channel is growing now.
So look, we're almost at the end of day 2 of the live stuff face-to-face. There been any particular summit highlights for you from everybody that you've seen talking?
I think that Jack's presentation at the start of the summit was absolutely brilliant. And it set the stage right for the kind of stuff to expect for the rest of the presentation. I believe what he showed with AI was absolutely brilliant. And if we can have that coming up in Excel in the next few years, I think it's going to be really, really, really game-changing. Because one of the things that I have been speaking about people is that you have to make the AI accessible to the people where they're working with the data. And there's nothing better than Excel. And that was brilliant.
Danielle Stein Fairhurst, hello again.
Hello.
It's very nice to see you again. Exactly, you're following me around the world as I go to do it. No? Really nice to see you. Day 2 at the Global Excel Summit. You've just finished an awesome talk on financial modelling and really like modern financial modelling and possibly where the future's going with dynamic arrays.
Well, it's hard
5G.
to tell, but I think so. I really think that the future of Excel, like this dynamic array thing, I think we've really got to get our heads around and come to terms with, and it's just not commonly used yet. So it's good to get people to start using dynamic arrays, I think.
Emma, so I think you've kind of, I don't know how to say this, you've kind of taken the whole Excel world by storm a bit. The numbers that you just presented today are astonishing.
Thank you.
7.5 million followers across different socials. How's that journey been from your side? I know you alluded to it.
I mean, it's just been wild. I had never in a million years thought that I would ever have that many followers when I started the account. I had no expectations. And for it to blow up and grow that fast, I just couldn't believe it. I didn't even know that many people used Excel. And I had never in a million years imagined that many people following the account. But it's just been the greatest journey because I do everything that I do now for my audience, and it just pushes me to do things out of my comfort zone. So.
Some of the timings you mentioned, like going viral pretty much immediately, yes. Getting to 1 million, I think you said within 4 months?
4 months, and then 9 months on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, I mean, it's just astonishing. Congratulations, firstly. What's it been like coming here and meeting, I guess, some of the other most famous names in our lovely niche community?
It's been amazing, yeah. Yes, because at home, no one cares about Excel like I do. And every time I go to show someone a cool Excel thing I built, no one knows what I'm talking about. So to be able to be in a group of people and just talk Excel and everyone's that excited about Excel, it's amazing.
Ian Bennett, thank you so much for stopping by. I know you've got flights and to catch and things to do, but I really wanted to start by saying thank you so much for confirming the 40% figure, 40% of time spent on your team's scoping models before you even start building. I heard you talk about that maybe 5-6 years ago, so I'm guessing
probably more,
it's still
probably
the same.
10-15 years ago.
Yeah,
and it has always been the same. So that methodology that we've been following was probably set in place 20 odd years ago. And you're right, around about 40% before we start building. So that covers the scoping phase, it covers the specification phase and the design phase. But that idea that you're not going to build until you have removed the ambiguity from the model and the specification, is a real pillar to the way that we build models.
There were so many parts of your talk in particular I just found myself nodding kind of vigorously to. I know we're in a world of lambdas, dynamic arrays, but I felt like you were really still focusing people's minds back on the keep it simple, get the fundamentals right. Is that still where your head is at with all of this kind of new stuff coming into Excel?
I probably not. I actually think that a lot of those newer functions that come in have huge amount of potential in the stuff we're doing with our clients, and they will be embraced.
Yeah.
I think there's a trade-off to be done between transparency and ease of use and functionality, and that sometimes is quite tricky, but we've seen instances in the past in Excel where that trade-off has happened very quickly and probably when we weren't expecting it. And I'm bullish that that'll happen here too. That when people see the benefits of these things, they'll actually get adopted relatively quickly. So yeah, we are dependent on the market to embrace them, to be comfortable with them. There's a lot of trust required, but at the same time, I actually think they'll be adopted a lot sooner than all of us think. I don't think that changes, though, the fundamentals. So when you go back to the fact that you're building a model for somebody that they are going to use, to trust, it could be a really important part of their day or their week or their month as to whether it works and produces the right answers. That is a very human endeavor. It's probably the thing I love most about my profession. And so those things we still have to remember. We have to take people on a journey. We have to understand their hopes and fears before we start any project. But when we deploy our skills, when we produce brilliant models, I think we'll be using the lambdas much sooner than we think.
Leila Gorani, really nice to see you in person. Thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time.
My pleasure.
We're at the end of the second day of live stuff. I know your voice is kind of dying out on you, so I thought I'd start with a really important question. What was it like having your face on probably the biggest screen in the world, not once, but 1,000 times in little bubbles?
I can't see my face anymore. I just try not to look. And one thing about my voice, on my YouTube videos, I get a lot of comments like you should create an ASMR channel. So this is like a proof of concept, okay? You can see if it works.
Well, look, I will keep this really brief because I don't want to destroy your voice.
Okay.
So firstly, your session was awesome. I loved the story. about the minibar, and actually, like, not only being a funny story about how not to use a minibar, but like you really hit the point of like AI and the importance of still at least having some human insight and consideration on management. So I think that would be really interesting how that develops. I was going to ask you a question, but I'm just going to put that out there as a statement rather than get you to talk. What's the highlight been for you, would you say, of like what you've seen from the other speakers over the last couple of days?
I really like the variety of different things. Like yesterday was more AI based, today was more formulas and charts based, and I think it was great. Like each session there was just something to learn. I was amazed by Carlos's session with the stuff he showed. It was like unbelievable. Chandoo's session was great. I mean, there's just so much. You know, I was taking notes from each person's session. So
yeah, Carlos. So I mean, he's probably set a few precedents. One being to introduce dance music for like at least a 10-minute slot within a pretty awesome kind of presentation. Anyway, any plans for the rest of the year, just in terms of what you're up to that is worth sharing? Like, what's on your mind?
I'm gonna create some new courses this year. Excel charts was like the first course I ever created as my online presence, and it was like filmed in Excel 2010. So it's time to revise that one, and that's what I'm working on this year. And then we'll have to see.
Amazing. All right, I'm gonna give your voice a rest. Thank you so much for doing that with me.
Sure.
Have a great rest of the evening and the rest of the summit. Thanks, Lola. Oh my God. Okay, the end of day 2 of the live sessions of the Global Excel Summit. I've just finished the last of my live interviews with Leila Garani of you know, come on, absolute superstar of our industry. It's been such a pleasure to be here and meet all of these incredible MVPs, upcoming MVPs, passionate Excel users. I mean, I can't stress highly enough the value of coming to these Excel Summits, the Global Excel Summits face to face. You get to meet the people that, you know, if you're watching this video, you've probably been watching on LinkedIn and YouTube all the time. It's such an incredible experience. And I think everybody has said, even the MVPs themselves have said, the chance to just meet each other and socialize and get to know people that you've just been staring at on a computer screen for years is just so unique. I don't know how much footage I've got. I reckon it's probably 2-3 hours of raw interview footage that I've got to go through. I don't know how we're going to cut it up, but it's probably going to be one very long video and a series of short ones. Oh my God, it's just been an absolute pleasure. This was a special episode for the Global Excel Summit. I'll be going around the world. We've got some crazy plans in place now with people like Victor Momoh and Oz. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have one last drink with this amazing group that's here, and then I'm going to bed. And after that drink, maybe 2 drinks, my fantastic 2-day experience at the summit came to an end. And I just wanted to close this episode off by saying thank you genuinely to everybody who came over and spoke to me, including 1 or 2 people who I may have hounded for the best part of 2 days to get some time with. I really do appreciate it, and this was a chance for me to get to talk to people that I have a huge amount of respect for in our industry. I've got episodes coming up later on in the year from Toronto, Vienna, Nigeria, if Victor Momoh gets his act together and just gets married so that Oz and I can finally come and visit him, and a pretty crazy episode planned in December, or recorded in December, with Paul Barnhurst, aka the FP&A guy, and some special guests. So lots to look forward to with Excel on the road, and I'd love for you to stick around for the journey. So hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.